You can say that you 10 toes down support the Houthis. That doesn't get you banned. But if you criticize a manifesto, that does. I'm sorry, make it make sense. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying here? So Hasan got banned for, this is what he said. He says, I covered the motives of the Israeli embassy staff shooter. Twitch TOS dictates a suspension for even critical examination of the manifesto. I believe this is a bad policy for news and press freedom. I'll take the suspension, but I hope Twitch changes this policy in the future. So this is his entire email right here, and this is what it explicitly said. So I'll just go ahead and just to make it easier for you guys to see it, we can go ahead and just pull it up, and I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it. So improper handling of terrorist propaganda. So sharing content related to terrorist or violent extremist groups. Examples of violative conduct include, but they're not limited to, showing a violent extremist manifesto on stream while denouncing it. So that means that you can get suspended even if you say something is a bad thing just by showing it. Just by the nature of showing it, you can get suspended by doing this, right? He didn't even denounce it, right? Well, like what I'm saying is that even if you do denounce it, you would still get suspended. I'm gonna be honest, I think that's stupid. I do. I think you should be able to look at stuff and say that it's bad. Because, again, obviously, you know, this is not necessarily what he would do, but I try to be fair. I know it sounds crazy, but I try to be fair with this kind of stuff. And it was weird that he denounced January 6th, but he promoted Hamas as the only organization that's helping Palestine. I don't know if he said that or not. I didn't see him saying that. But anyway, and I hope not, because it's certainly not true. But either way, let's go back. Hasan denied it for 1 minute, defended it for 5 minutes, right? And this is the thing, is that whenever Hasan says that he critically analyzed this manifesto, I don't believe him. And the reason why I don't believe him is because he interviewed a Houthi terrorist, and he said it was a Yemeni teenager. He said he wasn't a Houthi. He said it was journalism. And then he's like, we love you. And he's doing a hand heart. And he's like, you would do what Luffy is doing, and we support you, right? And so whenever somebody has a history of lying, I'm going to assume that the next time they say something, they're also lying, right? And so anyway, call him Tim Houthi. Well, I don't know if they call them that or not, but regardless, you're misunderstanding it. Bad take. It's not about denouncing it, but him showing it. You're not. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying before typing out whatever your argument is against something that I'm not saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I am not saying that he didn't denounce it, but what I am saying is that I don't believe that he denounced it, based off of the fact that he lied about the Houthi thing. He did. And I remember whenever that happened, I defended him. Everybody remembers, like historically, I defended Hasan interviewing the Houthi person because I thought that he was interviewing them in a journalistic way. I later on watched the entire tape. I found out that was not true, and I reversed my stance on it because of that reality. So when I see Hasan, who previously had said that he was just simply interviewing a Yemeni teenager, and he totally misrepresented the situation, and now I see it happening again, and he's saying, oh, well, I was just talking about the motives of the Israeli embassy staff shooter. Guys, I don't believe that. I don't. I'm not going to just believe that right off the bat. Am I crazy for thinking this? I'm not going to immediately believe this is what's happening. Yeah, how many points on the graph? Yeah, exactly. And so, like, no. And I'm not saying that he's lying either, but I'm not going to assume that he's telling the truth. This is like a conspiracy thing, right? But Hasan, if he takes days off, it's often on Sundays. So he basically gets a... So let me get this straight. So he gets a suspension on his day that he was going to take off. And that like, and now he's going to come back. This gets a lot more people talking about him. It promotes him a lot more. And this is like, they banned him on Sunday, right? Exactly. Like, again, I'm not a conspiracy Andy, but if I was, I would be very upset right now. And so anyway, it's a ban for optics. Well, what I'm saying is that it actually creates the worse optics, because when everybody starts discussing the fact that he got unbanned, and then all of these clips start circulating around again of him saying X, Y, or Z thing, this is just another point where Twitch, like in my opinion, I think Twitch either should have suspended him for longer, or they should have not suspended him at all. One or the other. Because a 24-hour suspension, all that's going to do is because, like, and this is the other issue too, is that a 24-hour suspension, he's gotten like 5 of these, right? And Twitch has a like kind of like a punishment pyramid, right? Where it's like you do, it's a warning, a day, 3 days, 7 days, 2 weeks, a month, and then perma, right? That's generally the way it works. And so when you see a person that it doesn't follow that paradigm, well, this becomes a problem now, right? And so it's an escalation. And so when you have the same thing happen to one person, it looks obviously biased. So again, it's his 6th ban after breaking a TOS so many times. It should have been a month or a promo. I mean, honestly, if he gets a 24-hour suspension, in my opinion, I think a 24-hour suspension will make this entire situation look a lot worse. And the reason why is because they will show that this is a person who was, like, there are so many points on the graph for him promoting and supporting terrorism. Just straight up, flat out, plain English. There are too many examples of this happening. And the one thing that he does end up getting banned for is reading the manifesto of somebody else. Come on. I don't know why Twitch would do this. I think it was stupid for Twitch to ban him, especially if it was for a day, because now Twitch is basically confirming, hey, by the way, he is actually doing terrorist propaganda and he's discussing it. Like, what people are going to see and what the media is going to see is Hasan banned and improper handling of terrorist propaganda. That's what people are going to see. And that's what the headlines are going to be and everything like that. And you know what? Let's actually look it up right now. Hasan banned. Let's read what people are typing. And let's see here, after sick comment, and this is, again, lefty influencer Hassan Piker kicked off Twitch after sick comments. Hasan banned after violating terrorist content policy. And so, and this is the thing, right? Is so now you have all of these articles that are being written that Hasan violated the terrorist content policy. Now, are these articles going to explain and contextualize what that policy is? Sure, maybe they will, but it won't matter. Because at that point, everybody will have already seen that he got banned for violating a terrorist policy. And after all of the other things that he's done that has been promotional of terrorists, I don't see how anybody can disagree with that. But how does that happen? VTubers get banned for the first time offense for 1 to 2 weeks if they show hips. Hasan's on a 6th ban and he doesn't even get 3 days. Really now? Well, that's because he's getting, in my opinion, I think that it's very obvious that Hasan gets preferential treatment from Twitch. I think it's very obvious. They're baking him a cake. They're singing him happy birthday. Dan Clancy's saying he's one of his favorite streamers. Hasan openly supports terrorism multiple times. Nothing ever happens. I mean, how many points on the graph do you need until you can draw a line? And this is also, keep in mind, and just keep this in mind too, Erob banned 30 days. So Erob got banned for 30 days, and this was from yesterday. My ban is for 30 days. So Erob was banned for 30 days, and they blast Twitch over Erob's ban because he said that he was going to threaten to beat up a viewer at TwitchCon. Now, by the way, he didn't even do that. He just said, if I meet you, I'm going to beat you up or something like that, or I would beat your ass if I met you in real life. That's literally it. That's all he said, and he got a 30-day suspension. That is insane. So the level of logic with this is just totally non-existent. And I think Twitch needs to, I think that they need to have a come to Jesus moment with somebody at Amazon or somebody doing this, because the decisions that their moderation team is making is it's so flagrantly biased that it's going to drive away even more advertisers. And there's zero consistency. Yeah, all I want is consistency. If this thing is against the rules, then it should have been against the rules every single time. So yeah, that's really it. Didn't Tectone get a 2-week ban for calling a person fat? Yes, Tectone got, and this is another thing, right, is that Tectone got suspended for 2 weeks for calling Frogan fat. Like, in what universe is calling a person fat worse than promoting terrorism, right? I mean, this is just, again, it's like, there's no reasoning to this at all. There's no logic to this at all. And also, by the way, I don't even support calling her fat. Like, I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, I think Frogan's lost weight recently. Good for her. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about her body. That's I try not to do that, even if people do that to me. But the fact is that like there is an inversion of logic that makes no sense to, I think, a reasonable person. And this is what I said, right? Fat shaming works. So I don't know. I don't want to. Again, I don't want to get into that. And anyway, so this is what I said about it. I said 24-hour suspensions serve no purpose and act more often as a reward than punishment through the extra attention they create. Why ban for critiquing a terrorist manifesto, but not for endorsement? Is endorsing terrorism against the terms of service, but promoting terrorism isn't? Make it make sense. That's it. And zero purpose now. Exactly. Yeah, there's no logic in this. There's no reasoning in this at all. Your Twitch should be shut down because of it. Well, I don't know about me, right? I'm just saying in general. And banning him for 30 days without vetting what the user said to him is insane. No, actually, I don't think so. I think making a threat that you're going to hit somebody and beat somebody up should require immediate action with no, there should not be... Like, I unironically believe in a zero tolerance policy for that, unless you're referring to it in self-defense. I do, and the reason why, and also, even if you disagree with me on this morally or ethically, it's really for a legal reason, right? Like, we can all agree, like, you can't have that, like, where people are saying this stuff, and, like, especially if it's, like, a person that's, like, technically an independent contractor, but you're still employing, like, you can't have that. And so they had to do that to E-Rob in a way, but in game. But what I'm saying is, like, that's really it, right? And that's what I think. Promoting terrorism is a fake complaint. Well, that's what's funny about it, right? Is that promoting terrorism is a fake complaint, but endorsing it isn't. So, L, you're actually right, and that's what's so crazy. Is that? But do you see the logic in why that's ridiculous? Like, because I know you were the one who was disagreeing with me. I just want you to see where I'm coming from with this. Is that, don't you see how ridiculous it is that you can have a rule on the books that says you can't even show a manifesto, but you can promote an organization that's labeled a terror organization? Like, do you see the lapse in logic here? The like, and no, and I'm not, no, by the way, there's nothing wrong with this person. This person's fine. Both should get you a ban. Oh, both should get you a ban, or neither should get you a ban. But if one of them gets you a ban, it should certainly be supporting the terrorist group. Okay? I don't know how anybody doesn't see it that way, man. I don't. And so he showed literal explicit terrorist propaganda before it. He did. And he never said, wait, typing, that's fine. And anyway, it's bullshit because they probably agree with the manifesto. I don't know whether they agree with it or not. I'm not going to say that. I think that's extreme. But my point is that coverage on a terror recruiting video is still supporting. I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. That's like me saying watching a video of September 11th is covering it, is supporting it. No, I find that to be ridiculous. And so can't show the manifesto, but you can promote the group the manifesto belongs to. Yeah, exactly. It's so silly. And so no shit. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no logic to this. And all I want. Why didn't you read the whole post? Wait, did I not? I thought I did. Yeah, is there something I missed? I don't think I missed anything. But anyway, I'll read, obviously, what he said about it on Twitter, etc., and see kind of what's going on. Where is he? Why did they didn't even tag him? Oh, right, because he has Yeet Ban. That's right. That makes sense. All right, so basically, he got suspended, and this is the original post right here. It got 40,000 likes. Do you think the Free Palestine movement is inherently wrong? No, I actually think the people in Gaza are being brutalized. I would have no money supporting or raising money for them, even. I think that they're also, like, I actually feel worse for them than the Israelis, in a way, and here's why. The Israeli government doesn't kill you for protesting against them. Hamas does. So these people in Gaza are being oppressed by Israel, and they're being oppressed by their own paramilitary terrorist organization pseudo-government. They're living in hell. That's my opinion. That's my genuine opinion about it. I really support them. I absolutely support them. And I wish that more and more people would be able to distinguish the difference between Hamas and Palestinians. Anyway, let's move on. My point is, yeah, Israel doesn't oppress them. Israel does not actively kill people who protest against Israel. In Israel, they don't actively kill Israeli citizens as openly, at least, as Hamas does. Right? Yes, they do. No, they do not. You can find plenty of people that are protesting against Israel and Israel. The people that are protesting against Hamas in Palestine end up being killed. That's just the truth. If you actually think that there's any parity here, you are totally brain broken. Anyway, let's move on, because you're asking me what my opinion is. That is my genuine, honest, real opinion about it. And I think also, actually, you know what? Like, I'll leave it at that. That's what I think. That's really it. Okay, let's see here. And I'll read a few more of these. Opinion, but you aren't right? Sure. I mean, everybody's going to have different opinions. I don't want to argue about people with this. This is just the way that I see it. And Saudi Arabia, famous hater of terror attacks on U.S. soil. Saudi Arabia puts out a statement condemning the terror attack in D.C. Yes, Hasan, that's correct. Maybe it is a better idea that instead of looking at the original sin of Saudi Arabia previously endorsing terrorist attacks and doing this, that we try to move past that and we establish a diplomatic relationship with them so these things stop happening. Okay, like, that's just me, right? Rather than fucking just, I mean, ever since 9/11, we've been fucking at some proxy war in the Middle East somewhere. Well, this has gotten us fucking nowhere. It's gotten fucking nowhere. And also, by the way, Osama bin Laden got kicked the fuck out of Saudi Arabia. So I'm not going to completely blame them either. Yeah, they didn't even like him. And so anyway, let's see here. Previously, it's the same guy sitting in power here, brother. Well, this guy wasn't sitting in power in the same way he was back then. That's crazy. He wasn't even old enough to do that. He's trying to shit on Saudi Arabia for condemning the attack, but he still hasn't condemned it. Yes, exactly. And this is the problem, is that so now Hasan is trying to condemn Saudi Arabia for condemning, or shit on Saudi Arabia for condemning the attack. I mean, I'm not sure, like, I mean, I'm sure Hasan probably said killing them was wrong, right? I'm sure he did say that. But, I mean, isn't that a good thing? I mean, can't we just all make sure that we're on the same page here? Yeah, it's so weird. And Classic, yeah, surely he did. Well, listen, guys. I know this might sound crazy, okay? But I try not to just make shit up about people without being certain about it. I know. There's other people out there that do that a lot. But I actually try to make sure that I don't just randomly make shit up about people. And so I wouldn't say that myself until I was sure of it. So, yeah. I wonder who it is. Yeah, and that's what I try to do. You spent 35 minutes and are still speculating, though? Of course I'm speculating. Every blue check power farmer is an Israel dick rider on this website. Everybody... Number one, Feared Buck. This is a guy that just tweeted out, Hasan has been banned. And this isn't like, I mean, this is, didn't he post this photo? This isn't like a bad photo of him. It's not like the photo of him being bald or like him looking stupid or anything like that. The like shrunken head. No, it's just literally a photo of Hasan saying Hasan was banned. And now Hasan's calling this guy an Israel dick rider. What the fuck does this have to do with Israel? What? I don't even understand this. And also, by the way, there's a lot of people that are not fans of Hasan's behavior that are not Israel dick riders. They just disagree with what he's saying. It's not crazy. Like, I don't understand this. He's completely delusional. Yeah, I don't know what this is. But anyway, is so aggro on everyone. Yeah, of course he is. I mean, I'd be mad too, of course. But that's really how I see it. And anyway, let's go back over here. This is Taylor Lorenz. What is this? Ethan. Nobody gives a fuck about this. Anyway, let's see. We'll scroll down here. UAE, country led below sympathy. And now he's like retweeting other stuff like this. One day, every day that goes by, more people realize the truth. The very same institutions that spent countless hours defending and contextualizing Israel's genocide. Yeah, deplatforming all you like. You can't change what people have seen. Oh my god. The funny thing is that like almost all of the people that he's at war with actually agree with this sentiment. Like almost everybody agrees with like I mean, I know I agree with it. Ethan agrees with it. Who doesn't think that like I think a lot of people see that. Yeah, now the actual crash out has started. I don't know. I think that this is just simply another example of Hasan using this cause as a justification for bad behavior, basically, right? And you see this happen all the time. Somebody that is pro-Palestine does something bad, and now they get suspended, and they're criticized, and people are criticizing, oh, well, you're banning pro-Palestinian voices. That's not what's happening here. Being pro-Palestine or being pro-Palestinian is not a diplomatic immunity card from any degree of accountability from anything else besides that. I don't know why we're trying to play this game. It's outrageous that we're trying to play this game. And so, yeah, it's not a blank check. And so anyway, talking so scary, well, I don't know. I don't think it's really that crazy. And why are you talking about Hasan? Well, because he just got banned. He literally just got suspended, and he's one of the biggest streamers on the platform, right? And so obviously I'm going to talk about this and like whether I think it's fair or not and everything. But yeah, I mean, of course, absolutely. Right? I mean, yeah, 100%. There's also nothing to going on until next, what we got? We got maybe 28 more minutes until the show starts. So I got a little bit of time, and so we can get into it. And glaze Trump more. You understand that, like, I don't really glaze Trump necessarily. And this is also, we have somebody right here, right? I mean, so as have I given your opinion on the Qatari jet yet? This is about the jet. Oh my God. Exactly. So why should we put this on? The thing is, bro, like glazing Trump is not even what's happening. Like, I'm not even glazing anything. I'm just saying, like, if he does something I agree with, I'm going to say that I agree with it. Like, I'm sorry. If that's upsetting for you, then that's not my problem. But anyway, so yeah, you already call it all sides, just depends on the topic. Yeah, I do. And anyway, so the journalist that was in the Oval Office during that interview, yeah, I forgot who it was or what day that was, but it was something that was like really, really stupid about that. So yeah, I think so. But anyway, let's go back. We're going to look at this hate watching, and ironically, yeah, why do you hate watch? Like, if you don't like the stream and you're watching and you're trying to argue, you're just going to end up getting banned, and there's, like, that's it. You're not allowed to agree with Trump ever. You know this, clearly. And anyway, stop glazing Asmongold. We know you like Trump a little bit too much. Well, I like Trump more than I like Biden, I'll tell you that, absolutely. I think he's way more entertaining, at least. So anyway, let's go back to this. I do not think that it makes sense that you should get suspended even if you simply talk about a manifesto or if you show a video of a terrorist event happening. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't. And it doesn't make any sense. Now, is that what Hasan did? I don't know. Based off of his previous actions and the way that he lies, I think the probability is that that's not what he did. But we don't know that. I think you're a bunch of Hasan viewers in your chat now. He's banned? Well, of course, right? I mean, welcome, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Welcome to the right side, by the way. Sorry, I mean the correct side. About everything. Obviously. Now, permaban him? Yeah, exactly. And so, like, that's really where I would say it. And anyway, yeah, the right, yes, clearly. And the most humble, yes, you're right. And anyway, so yeah, I think it's probably just going to be for one day. And so here's what's going to happen, is that after Hasan gets unbanned, everybody is going to call into question, why is it that X, Y, and Z person got unbanned, or sorry, got banned for a longer period of time, but Hasan got banned, you know, and he blatantly showed all of this bad stuff. You see what I'm saying? Is that technically true because it's spreading propaganda, even if you don't agree, as in visibility? I think that if you are so afraid that, like, even criticizing propaganda is problematic because some people might see it and say, oh my God, now I believe this. I feel like if your ideals are that fragile, they deserve to die. That's what my actual opinion is. Like, if your ideals are so weak that even showing somebody something while you're actively disagreeing with it, and this is somehow going to convince people. No, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah. And the most humble, yeah, you show racist black fatigue every day, you're a loser. That's why it's on his money. No, you're trying to. I have racist black fatigue, right? Is this another one? Now you're mad and going around, and this is by the way, this is what you call mental illness, okay? Somebody catches you and this is actual mental illness. Like, I understand that you're unhappy about what I'm saying, right? But you legitimately need help, man. You've got to get help. This is bad. This is way beyond just disagreeing. This is crazy. You're being a nutball, man. What's wrong with you? Get some help before things get worse, man. Yeah, that's it. And anyway, wow, what a weirdo. But anyway, it's you guys represent us potato enjoyers. It's just an idiot, right? I mean, that's really all there is to it. Probably some stupid kid. But like, that's really all there is to it. Yeah, I don't have black fatigue. I have retard fatigue. And yeah, clearly, right? And so anyway, that's pretty much what it is. Pitbull, thanks for the 5 subs. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. When Hasan puts it on emote only mode and the chat shows hearts while Hasan is reading the manifesto, do you think that's supporting terrorism? I think that it is very obvious that Hasan has cultivated an audience of people that are in some ways sympathetic towards terrorist organizations. It is undeniable that that's true. Whenever you're reading a manifesto of a murderer and people are putting hearts in chat, you have a problem. And these, again, if I remember right, the hearts were his own emotes. So this isn't like it's some kind of false flag, oh, it's Destiny's community coming in here and making me look bad. These are his own emotes that they're using. So, I mean, really, this is the Kaya hearts, exactly. Yeah, you're the one who's promoting this stuff. And so should someone be permabanned for doing that? No, I think Twitch should find the people that are doing it on Twitch and they should ban them themselves. They should ban the viewers. I don't think that it's Hasan or my responsibility to ban every person in chat for saying something problematic. But I think that, again, whenever you do enough things and all of these things point to the same outcome, you have to, at a certain point, hold a person at least a little bit accountable and say, hey, bro, at least can you admit that this is what's happening, right? So yeah, anyway, we've got another one right here. Another argument here is that this is, if you're not on the Free Palestine side, you're on the wrong side. History will judge, not me. You have an inflated opinion of yourself. History isn't going to judge you at all. History doesn't know who you are. You're going to die and nobody will remember your name, the same as everybody else. And you're an inflated narcissistic ego that history is going to look back on you and see that you were one of the good ones is just pure narcissism, self-delusion, and just you thinking about just yourself. It's pathetic. It's pathetic, and you need to stop. It just stop thinking like that. Yeah, stop thinking. Yeah, and incredibly correct. Yeah, I mean, again, and being on the right side of this. That's not even what's being discussed. Bro, everyone is on Free Palestine side, but the crazy ones support killing civilians. What's so hard to get about that? Yeah, I think how many of you guys, the way that I describe the conflict and the way that I feel about it is how you feel about it. Yeah. Like, actually, you know what? Let's go even farther than that. Let's do a straw poll. What is the fucking... What is it? How do you spell it? I'm gonna get it right eventually, okay? Alright. Israel. Okay, well, look, I don't give a fuck, alright? Everybody knows. Yes, no. Very, very simple. So, again, this is what my viewpoint on Palestine and Israel is. I totally support the people in Gaza. I think that they are victims not only of, obviously Israel bombing them, but also Hamas. I think that they're getting attacked on both sides, and I have tremendous sympathy for them. That doesn't mean I do not support Hamas. I think Hamas is awful. And I also think the Israeli government is, to another degree, awful. Would I say equal? I don't know enough about that. But I do feel worse for the people in Palestine than the people in Israel. Because the people in Israel, at least they have the Golden Dome. Sorry, not the... They don't... We have the Golden Dome, okay? They only have the Iron Dome. And also, they can protest against Israel without being killed. Whereas people can't protest against Hamas without being killed, or at least the threat of being killed. So that's my viewpoint on the Israel versus Palestine and who I have sympathy for. So let's actually see what the vote is, and we'll look and see what everybody thinks. Wow, look at that. The common sense, reasonable, well nuanced opinion that doesn't support violence on either side, but sympathizes with the civilians that are at risk. What a big fucking surprise. The site crash? Yeah, it crashes every time because we got a lot of people that vote. But here's the point, right? Here's my point. There it is. That's what people really think. Twitch mods reached out to Hasan and apologized for banning him. In my opinion, I think they should apologize for banning him. I think they should. Because this is going to be worse for Hasan. It's going to be worse for Twitch. A 24-hour suspension is worse than not suspending him. Why? Let me explain. The first thing is that it creates a media point where a person on Twitch was banned for endorsing terrorism that has had a history of being accused of endorsing terrorism. That is what it reads, and if you look up the articles of how it was written on the first page of Google, this is exactly what it says. For violating terrorist content policy over repeated violations, kicked off Twitch after sick comments about DC Jewish people. So it creates a news cycle that says that you had a person on your website that was actively supporting terrorism, or at least providing a platform for terrorism. And then when they get unbanned, it provides a frame of reference of how seriously the company takes that accusation. Because by their own definition, he was doing this. That's why he got suspended. So why is it that not seriously at all, right? And so do you see how a 24-hour suspension is actually worse? Do you see my logic now with this, right? Because this is the issue, is that nobody can ever see more than one step ahead of them. This is what's going to happen. As soon as Hasan gets unbanned tomorrow or the day later, people aren't going to remember. They're just going to see the headline.